Hi everyone, my name is Julie Sebi. I write the Analytics Corner blog that focuses on data engineering and analytics with Alteryx and Spotfire. If you don't really want to watch a video today, you can find the written version of this post on my website shown on the screen. If you learned something, please do me a favor and share this link on social media or subscribe to my channel. So today we're going to talk about a little hack that I learned from a coworker for testing the granularity of your data. In our last sprint, the AAET team was working on a series of Alteryx workflows for our annual planning process. And these workflows are combining forecast and actual data. And it's a huge data set, and it pulls from a new forecasting database. So we're all beginners with this data. And so therefore, it was really easy for granularity assumptions to be wrong or for records to get duplicated. I'm going to show you this hack that, like I said, my friend Jack Stewart showed me. And this little trick saved me several times when I didn't realize that records had been duplicated. I'm going to walk through a sample workflow with a production data set. And generally speaking, production data is one record per well per day. And the way that I have my data arranged, I actually have one record per well per day per product. And my intention here is to pivot this data set so that I have a column for oil and a column for gas. And you'll notice down here with well C that I have duplicated the records so that I actually have two records for each well, each day, and each product. And so I have two containers in my workflow, one without well C and one with well C. Because I want to show you how I would normally do a crosstab and then compare that to Jack's hack. So coming into the data set, I'm going to use a double for my amount column, and I've filtered out the duplicates. I've then configured my crosstab as you would, where you choose your key columns. I know that I have I want one record per date per well, and I would like to get new columns, one for oil, one for gas, and I want to add up the amount. And so if I hit run, outside of the crosstab, you can see that works pretty well. But what if I'm wrong about that granularity, like with well C? So I'm going to open this up, and you'll see that the start of this trick that I want to show you involves changing the data type of your amount column. I'm changing it from a numeric column to a string column. This means that when we come down to our aggregation methods, I'm going to concatenate the strings rather than sum the values. I'm still choosing the same key columns. I think that I have one record per well per day, and I'm still going to pivot based off of the product and the amount. Okay, so now before I run the workflow, there's one last step, and that is to then convert my strings back to doubles at the end. And now once I click run, you'll see how this process works and how in 3 different ways bad data is highlighted. Here you can see that once it reaches the select tool and attempts to convert the strings from strings to numbers, the values have been concatenated for well C. So let me show you what that looks like. So we know that well A and B do in fact have one record per well per day, but well C has duplicates, and because we are concatenating, it strings them all together. So first you can see this bad data here at the output anchor of the crosstab, and then you also get a lot of warnings or conversion errors upon completion of the workflow. Now, if your data set is large enough, you will also get a bunch of truncation errors, because as more and more values get strung together, it's going to start truncating it. So those are 3 ways in which that bad data is immediately obvious. And if it turns out that you were right about the granularity, then these will just be singular values as we see here. Now, with that said, I do want to warn you that after the last select tool, the concatenated values disappear. You'll see here for well C, let's go, I've sorted it. So down here for well C, 4584, 4584, and if I go down to the select, you'll see that after I turn it back to a double, it's only one value. So just know that in order to look for those concatenated strings, you need to do so after the crosstab tool. And now you know a trick for testing the granularity of your data. I hope that helps.